Yes.
Well, we were just talking about episode 156. That was Pez's favourite number, and it wasn't turned out to be my favourite number, but it's episode 157. Now, Taz has just told us a fact that we've all sort of disengaged about bees, Taz. Welcome to the show, Taz. What was the fact about bees?
The bees, if they get drunk, so if they pick up pollen or they fall into your drink, when you're at the pub or anything like that, they get drunk.
So
now, when they get drunk,
so it's like Tone on a Saturday. He gets a few frothies down and he's full of nectar.
Absolutely. But then when the bees try to fly back to the hive.
So, for example, Tone's trying to find his way home.
That's right. The hive do not allow you back in until you sober up.
So the beautiful chair won't let him back in the door when he's fumbling for his keys.
Fantastic.
Correct.
There you go.
So the moral of the story is Tony B.
Tony B.
You're an absolute comedian, Taz.
Tone, what do you think about that?
But it is. But what I did say is a stat. It's a fact.
No. Now talking about facts. Now Tony's in a day of mourning today. His favourite horse is retired. Tone?
Oh, that's two.
No, my favourite horse is retired ages ago. Flow meter.
Oh, not flow meter, mate. We're not talking about the old iron horse from Adelaide. We're talking about Sosie Bon.
Yes.
Oh, let's throw a party. Fantastic.
Wow.
Retirement is well overdue. I'm not going to lose any more money. We're not going to get put out of any more quaddies. Now they've retired that scumbag. Fantastic.
There we go. Well, I knew you'd be happy about that, Town. Now, talking about being happy, Tone, we welcome the magical man, Marto. There's one person in the PaLTI group, Luke Mullen, that's trying to take over your world conductor title.
He's encroaching. Yeah, well, I don't tip as many tickets as I used to, but I'll tell you what, he is having a crack. So here's to you, Luke. Good on you, mate.
Lukey Mullen, he's gone from the Gloucestershire trots to Caber races in Tokyo to Duval in France. Now that's got Chris Martin written all over it.
Well, yes, once upon a time when we used to have too much time on our hands. And
anyway.
Bloody hell.
No, I love that, Tassie, about Tony B. That's good. That, you and Tony B and Big Boy Roy and Sosie Bon and, Outback Barbie, all the Tone's favourite horse. Dullasan. Don't forget Dullasan, Tone.
Oh, there's another one running around this week. It's a top weight, Mimi. There's Mimi. Ramones is in again this
Mimi,
week.
Tone. Mimi. Mimi's a winner.
Mimi's award. She's one of my favourite.
Ramones is in.
Ramones, yeah. Nah, I can't get
Do you know what I mean?
But I don't have to worry about Tony Boy and Big Boy Roy because they are in your stable now, Taz. You've got them.
No, they're not. You know what it is? All they are, Tone, is you put them out into adjustment, and I'm just adjusting them on my property until they come back into work and they come back into yours. It's like that's what the good trainers do.
I saw a video. Did you see that, Marto? I know you keep up with all the social media pretty well. Did you see Jamie Carr giving dollar for dollar a bit of a scratch?
No, I missed that one.
On Instagram and stuff. She looked a bit, I think she's struggling a bit, Jay Carr. I don't think straight to the bar at the moment. She's
you got to be, don't you? When you get yourself in trouble and you can't, ride, you can't.
Do you think there's still a bit of brain damage? Is that what you're talking about?
I think there's a lot of. I don't think it was the Jamie Carr that we all know and love.
No, but I think maybe she's just still feeling a bit down from her behaviour and what she's done, which has kept her away from the racetrack.
Talking about feeling a bit dull last week, boys.
Oh
my favourite number. The Punisher punished us, Tone.
James Orman should be put out for 3 months.
James Orman.
Just giving him a rap last week.
How about Jimmy Orman, He went to Toowoomba. He had 5 rides starting under $2. Didn't win one. And at Sunshine Coast, he had a full book trying to beat Aaron Bullock for the national title. Aaron Bullock ended up winning by about 7 because he had a good day himself at Muswellbrook. So well done, Aaron Bullock. Well done, young man. 208 winners, 8.5 winners for the year. That's fucking incredible.
That's going well, isn't it?
Who was that Iron Man? Who was that Iron Man that used to race in New South Wales as well? One of the Ryans. Was it Greg Ryan?
Yeah. Gerald or Greg?
Gerald,
yeah, one of
Greg
those.
Wright.
Gerald,
He used to
Gerald
No,
ride-
Gerald's a
Greg-
trainer. Sorry,
Would have been Greg,
might be
probably.
You might be
Greg,
right. Yeah.
he used to ride like 200 winners a year. He'd win the national title every year because he rode every day.
Everywhere,
freak.
every day.
Yeah. But anyway, well done, Aaron Bullock.
Yeah, good on you. He's won the national title, and we got what have we got? Apprentices up. Zachy
Yeah,
Lloyd wins
Zachy
the
Lloyd.
apprenticeship in Sydney. He's beaten his good mate Dylan Gibbons by 2 rides,
Mhm.
and they're about 3 or 4 ahead of Tyler Schiller.
But
But
did you
Zach
see
Lloyd,
the-
he only rode half as many rides as what
Yeah,
Dylan
I was going to
Gibbons.
say, did you see his strike
Strike
rate
rate is
though?
awesome. That's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
His strike rate was like, he had half the amount of rides. Like the old mate
Yeah.
had 450 or 500 rides, and he had 250 for
That's right. That's
the
right.
title. So it was pretty impressive, I tell you. And I tell you what, talk about all you non-binary folk. Tone loves to talk about transgender issues. There's a young transgender jock who was a girl that's now become a boy. She won the country
Impossible.
apprentice award in Queensland. So good
What
on
was
her.
her,
Or
what
him.
was her name?
I don't know what his name is, but it was a chick, but now it's a bloke. Well done.
So they won it. They
She
did
won,
well.
he won it. They won it. So,
They did well. They did well.
Yeah.
Fuck off and say it's always a she.
so yeah,
Let's
well,
move on.
you know,
No more airtime. Move on. Tone, the Punisher,
Tone.
punished us.
the Punisher.
So yeah, he should be put out for 3 months. Riding track work on Saturdays, race day is just not on. Obviously, it was just a runaround.
Well, Tone was on the Bears he didn't see, and I saw it, and I thought it was a very smart ride by Jimmy Orman because he was too far back. They weren't running on, and he just cuddled it to the line. So I think we get on the Punisher next start, Tone, and we do punish the bookies.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Because if Jimmy Orman sticks and rides the Punisher next start, load up because he definitely cuddled it. He didn't let it go.
Yeah. Well, there's no point, hurting the beast, so to speak.
Yeah, he was gonna
When there's
run
nothing
it.
to
He was
be
gonna
gained.
run fourth, maybe fourth.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, this way it keeps
Mate.
the ratings points down and keeps the weight down, and you're getting a
Mm.
decent price next start, aren't you?
So Jimmy,
Yeah.
anyway, Sacred Ball was absolutely hopeless, and then Pez's Black Booker Hill Rip wins by about 3.5 because they were all leading at the Valley. They were all had to be first or second to win. It was incredible. It was shocking. The Valley
And-
just comes back and just kicked our ass again, just because it was just leader. It was leader after leader after leader. Horrible.
And I can honestly say, Pezza, that my Roik was similar to your Roik because the same
Well,
thing
my
was happening
Roik was
over
there.
Yeah. Well, mine with Sabermetric was pretty much the same. It did get back, and then nothing was making ground.
Nah.
It didn't make ground,
No.
and what you just said of Sacred Bull, you could pretty much just wrap up Sabermetric. So put the same
Second verse.
Roik
Rolex up.
and that's it. So yeah, we're like twins this week.
And then Marto, excellent. What happened
yeah,
there?
yeah.
It ended up paying
I
about
cop-
$300.
I know. I copped a little stick from Barney about this one, but I did say in the show the key to him was a wet track. And we got upgraded to 4, so he tripped it from $9 to $21, which was a big red flag to start with, and ran accordingly. It just doesn't like dry tracks. He was out the back. He was asked for a kick and never gave.
I didn't
because
fix the quaddie
he
up.
likes the
They
wet
got
track.
3 legs in and Poison lost. Barney lost. Sorry about that. Now, how much is it going for this week, Tess?
Well,
We're
last
paying
week's
you
edition.
$5.95 to take it.
No, they're giving last week's editions out, and they're actually holding the press. So normally, what they tend to do is they normally try to get like maybe 1,000 printed every weekend. I think they've cut back on the numbers, saving a little bit, so they're not putting out as many and giving away last week's again.
Fair dinkum. Hey, have a look at them, Taz. Have a look at them, though. Don't they look glorious, those photos?
Yeah, like
GLRs,
the-
2 GLRs,
the one-
2 good-looking roosters.
Tones. I look at Marto, and Marto looks like he's pretty happy to be there. And I look at Tone, and I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking with Tone? He's got devious thoughts because he's trying to smile, but he's not.
Those eyes.
Hey, Taz,
So it's like
Taz,
it looks like a man with a dirty mind there.
Tez, you know what it reminds me of? You know what those photos remind me of? Royalty.
Oh wow!
Prince
The
Andrew.
king and the. Do you reckon that's it? Do you reckon we've got Epstein and Andrew there?
Prince Andrew royalty, like
Oh, no.
priceless.
It is.
Anyway, now talking about Marto, he's found one that he hasn't tipped 3 weeks ago and forgotten about. So we might be
No, I have not tipped this one at all. This one is an 8-year-old gelding now, and he seems to be refinding some of his old form. Now, we go all the way back to his 3-year-old form in the UK, where he came from. He was winning over 24 to 2,800 metres.
Wow.
Now, Matty Smith has started pushing him out a little bit further because he's been running over, the shorter distances, 18 to 2,000 metres. And he said, let's go and push him out to 2,500. He's running around the paddock in a couple of private trials, and he's actually gone all right. So he's had a bit of a freshen up trial over a short trip, getting ready for this, just to stay fresh, as I said. But out over 2,500 metres. I know we're taking on Mimi's Award, but gee, she's carrying a lot of weight. And I don't know if I trust Lara Lafferty on the back of Mimi's Award.
They got that really cool Irish name horse in it too, the last start winner. That what is it? Clydemir
Moore. Yeah, look, it won a benchmark 78 race though. And this is
through the grade.
I know most of them did here. The only form in this race, Alhambra Lad, the only real form in this race is Mimi's Award. Everything else has been running in lower benchmark grades. So it's a really weak benchmark 100.
We're losing Tony, mate. We're losing Tone, Marto. We're going to do something a bit exciting because you're losing.
Well, we got Blake Shin on. We got Barrier 6. He's going to be just off the pace, and we know he stays a trip because he's done it all before. So I'm happy to take the $11. If it was a heavy track, I think we'd probably get about $5. But I'm going to take the $11 and take on Mimi's Award.
Marto, I think it's a chance, but I've had a good look at this race, and I sort of I think there's a few chances, and I'll put it into a little bit of a riddle. Do you know what I mean? Because the question is, could Mimi's Reward be first in line? Because she could be here for a good time. And that's three of them. Mimi's Reward, here for a good time and first in line. So they're the three.
For a good time is another one that's big overs. I don't think $41.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I tend to agree.
Yeah. I think we've lost Tone. I think Tone's passed away. Rest in peace, big man. He's disengaged.
I'm thinking, you fucking rabbit.
Hang on, get the fire hydrant out there. Get the fire hydrant.
The sawdust is burning, you Greek freaks. Yes, as I was going to say, Mimi's Award, when you expect her to get beat, that's when she wins.
She's going for 3 in a row, isn't she?
What does that mean?
Yeah,
yes, but the last race was a target race, and she's.
Oh no, of course, I know. No, I think it's a good find. It's a nice find, man.
I think we need
you really want an open race.
I think we need someone in here who speaks Tone. What does that even mean?
It means everyone's a motor mechanic, mate.
What did he say? What did he say? When you think it's going to win, it wins. What did he say?
No, when you think it's not going to win, she does. So she's just told me my tip is going to get beat because I don't expect Mimi to win.
So the more they win, the better the price.
I do like this horse, Tazzy. Take us away, mate. Hurry up.
Dakota Vroom. Well, do I like it? Of course I do. Won first up over 1,100.
Perfect.
And then it was beaten second up over 1,200. Now steps up again to 1,400. It is by I Am Invincible, so I don't think the 1,400 is going to be a problem. Okay? It shapes as though it's going to get back and come home. But this is where the way I see it mapping. So I had to write this down. So having only 9 in it, looking at the mapping, Vroom and Pink Baroque being the two hitting the line late. Okay? Tashi and Nana's Wish are the other two that should be coming back. And what I'm hoping is that Tone's newly acquired Ramones, which is in this race, sets a blistering pace so that the back markers can get over. I'm taking a box 4 trifecta and also box 4 first 4 with those 4 horses. But I reckon Dakota Vroom.
That's what you usually do when you take 4.
I normally take 5. Yeah.
4. Yep.
And I reckon, I do. You can take more, but I reckon Dakota Vroom is the one that's going to get over the top. Waller, McAvoy, great combination. Been very successful over time, and I'm bloody well due.
You are.
That's all.
Very good. Okay, nothing about. Okay, here we go. The All Stars are back.
The All Stars.
We got some news though. We got some news about the All Stars, Taz. We love baseball over in the Perry household, so we're doing a 3 strikes when you're out. Now they're on strike 1. Last week the captain, the chieftain, the pro, no problems. But unfortunately, Poison ran into a bit of trouble because of your Venom, big boy.
And again,
I know. Always got to worry about the Venom.
Put him out.
And again.
And again.
Was never supposed to be in the race either. The second emergency was never going to get a run.
Yeah.
And they all scratched because the track dried out.
And again, got over the top.
And again, we're back to Melbourne now. Lenny, a.k.a. Lenny, 1 strike for the All-Stars, 3 strikes, they're out. They're going to Flemington. They're going to headquarters. I like it. And Woodsy sent us a video.
Oh, love it.
Good on him. Like it.
Hey, guys, it's the captain here. I've got my
Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yeah, just.
Hang on, I'll turn him up. Just to annoy my family.
Hey guys, it's the captain here. I've got my numbers for Saturday.
He's got get on in the background and get on self.
Yes.
2, 4, 7, 11. I think it's our time. We'll probably win. It likes Flemington. General Bow I can't leave out because it's a very consistent horse.
True.
And much, much better has come from Sydney. So I thought I should throw that in. And cause for concern, I looked at its form early on. It had a couple of wins in the second at Flemington. So, and it is favourite, so I thought I'd better throw it in as well. And just one here I've got for Saturday at Rose Hill, the little birdie told me. Race horse 10 at Rose Hill. All right, guys. And
thanks very much, Woodsy. Well done, mate.
Good on you, mate.
Woody's returned the poison. He's thrown poison.
I was going to say, he's thrown up his own poison dart there.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I did look at it, and it does rate. It does rate in my numbers too.
In Sydney in race 4 against Tassie's.
He is getting better with every run.
About Taz's tip now because Nana's Wish we're on.
Oh, you can look at the price they both are. You can back them both.
Oh.
Absolutely, Dutch them up.
Yeah, you can Dutch them up because Nana's Wish is, I think, $7.50, and I think mine's about $5.50.
The captain's found Tone's favourite horse. Tone, your favourite horse here?
He did. He did indeed. Yep.
Oh, the 4. Oh,
it's our time.
Hey.
It's still only won once in 2.5 years.
That's why. That's why.
Interesting 2, 4, 7, 11. I think he's got it sort of there, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. I just think there might be something that's here to shock you.
You're going for that one, are you?
Marto.
First up.
I just think it's a rough chance. I'm only saying it's a rough chance. Excuse me. I do like 2, 4, 11 in this race. But yeah, there just might be something that's here to shock you. As a rough chance.
Interesting to see young Will Hayes is finally given up on the AFL dream, and he's joined the brothers, the Hayes boys. Aren't they a clean cut little bunch of boys? Good to see David Hayes' prodigy getting around. They're nice young men, aren't they?
They're very clean cut, aren't they? They're very clean cut, astute looking, professional. Yeah. Love the hats.
I tell you what, General Bow, if you had that in your back pocket, it's not a bad horse. It runs in stakes or listed or just about every race under the sun, and it just never wins.
Yep.
But you're always getting a paycheck, so you're not really you're not tipping into your pocket.
I tell you what, last start it loomed and really ran home well. So you're thinking, if something goes wrong, you know where General Bow's going to be, down the centre, flying down the outside. So you never know. It's a pretty good horse, actually. One of my mates is in it, actually. So anyway.
Oh, nice.
The Chieftain, 2, 3, 5, and 14. There we go. Great to see Aaron Bay in the numbers. I'm pretty keen on Aaron Bay myself. I was going to have a bet. I'll probably be on the team myself.
Has she left out the 10?
Yes.
And that's what you're on. Is that right? Is that what you just said?
I like the 2.
No,
Aaron Bay.
Oh, you're on the 2. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Where's the 5?
I like the 5. The 5 looked like it's been scratched.
Oh,
It has.
Up there.
oh, thanks, Tone. You could have told me that an hour ago.
Just
Well,
yeah, I
just
was on.
noticed, like Marto, just like, where's the 5? Look at the numbers.
Oh,
Yeah,
May-
the reason I looked
maybe
because
she-
I'm already on Wild Imagination, so I'm going to get a refund there.
right, yeah.
Oh.
Tone to be on the
Was that-
French Emperor, surely Bonaparte.
Hey, don't
Oh,
worry
yeah.
about that.
Certainly. Oh, horses on.
Tone,
it.
stick it in, mate. Stick it in, definitely, because I tell you what,
Tick it in.
it's
Don't
got
forget
it's
the
got
lube.
excuses its last 2 starts,
Oh,
and price has been flying. So
the Venom.
I've got it in my numbers 100%.
The
I've got
Venom.
the 6 and the 10. I've got Hennessy Lad as well, even though it's drawn off the track. It's going to go forward.
Can
I don't
Damien
see
Oliver
too many
win
things.
another race? He hasn't been riding well, Damien.
No.
Does he need to
How
anymore?
about Craig,
No.
little Kansas Craig last week, just comes back from his Ukraine work and he just rides
Yeah,
a
he's
treble
done-
at the Valley. Well done, Craig.
Another J-Mac, yep.
Yeah.
Ali's gone 3, 5, 6, 7, and 10. Tone, can you make sure they're all there?
3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're safe. He's
Oh,
safe.
well.
Yep, Ali's safe.
Ali, she also likes the 9 Poland, but geez, again, that's another horse. That should be
Oh.
like what's that horse? Benno. It went to Wyong and won a race by about 10 lengths. I think Poland has to do the same. I think it's got to get away, go back to fucking Muscle Brick or something,
Oh,
Go to
you
fucking-
kind of get that.
camper down races or something just to give it a
Yeah, I was
kill.
going to say Eden Hope, but
Yeah.
You know,
but
but again,
you go,
it
Tom.
does rate in my numbers as well. Sorry, Taz, carry on.
but Poland does rate in your numbers.
It does. But like Pezza said, they just can't have it because it just doesn't quite get up. It's always thereabouts, but it's
General
won't win.
Pollock.
Yeah.
It's going to be the one. I'm going to be
oh.
watching one in that race that I want to see, because first up, I did sort of cast the eye on it first up, and then it was heavily supported first up. Flying Mascot.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything. It's second up, so it'll be interesting to see. It's been probably 3 weeks between runs. And one that rhymes with what a lot of people up in far north Queensland used to do. How do we pronounce it? Tijuana. Yeah, so it does remind with a lot of some of the free spirited individuals up on the tablelands.
The only
if it
herbs
gets
that
it-
Tone likes is the secret spices, secret 11, the dirty bird.
yeah.
AFC.
It would be nice to see Will have a double first up.
Is
but
Tone alive?
I like Berkeley Square and Nicolini Vinto in that race as well.
Yeah,
This is a
Berkeley
really
Square could be anything, couldn't it?
horrible
Really?
race.
Could be.
I make a video tonight. So we're down here doing the frothies. So I want to send numbers to her. Right? Cole says good.
Get on your coal stick.
Good on you, Cole.
Now,
That's
Barney
it.
was he didn't send a video through because he's on the frothies at the beach bar in Trinity Beach. If anyone wants to go punch someone in the face.
Good on him.
The beach bar has a happy hour, $5 schooners, Tone.
Wow.
What the hell?
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Not bad at
Bloody
all.
hell.
So
You're very
Barney,
And you
happy
have
with
old
that.
tax too.
Barney waddles down there, has the happy hour, and then he waddles back.
It just takes a little lobster and has 4 of them.
He's a cheap prick, isn't he? Barney,
Don't,
like,
no, hang on. Don't say that he's a cheap prick, because the truth is, if you were there, you'd be doing exactly the same thing.
yeah, absolutely.
So would I. And there you go.
He's
We'd all
left
be
one
there,
out
wouldn't
here, boys. Do your punk? What a champion Wednesday horse this is.
Well,
on
that's a
Saturday.
Wednesday horse. Yeah.
And then you got
um,
Marto and Tassie's favourite horse there in Ranting.
no,
No,
like
it's not
Ranting
mine.
race.
It's
Oh,
never been one of mine.
Oh,
I've
it's
I've
Marto's.
always just spruiked it. No, the one I like is there's a little blue battler down there that I think's a real
Arbitration?
knockout chance.
Mm.
Yeah,
Arbitration. Yeah, I was
That's
just going
the
to
one.
mention it too. That's actually my top 2 numbers in this race are 2 and then 16.
2 and 16. Now Barney reckons
Marto,
he's going to get one
we're
out,
twinning.
but he said, "Bugger it, I'm going to throw in the boss and Najim Suhail, which is on fire first up. What a run that was!
Yeah,
And,
but
against the
Benedetta.
hot pot, Benedetta at $1.95. Barney says,
She's
take
not-
out one out.
Yeah, well,
I
she's on
reckon
the way to
probably
the Everest.
close. She
Tone,
was going pretty good, wasn't she?
big news.
Definitely.
Tone here.
Trialed well too.
Oh,
Oh, we're
Oh,
going for
the
the
proverbial.
knockout flow. Proverbial. Gibbons on board. Yeah, it's won twice up. this time in. Pretty good. Taking on the hot pot. Favourites about $2, I think. But you never know. It's a Saturday. It's Rose Hill. Big chance. I'm on. Like white on rice.
Rose Hill, race 5.
Rose Hill, race
Is that
5,
all you
number
got?
4. Can anyone
That's all
tell
I've
us
got.
where it won?
I don't have to
Where
look
did
in the
it
fucking
win?
form guide, mate. You have to look in the form guide. I don't
Oh, I
exactly
don't have
the
one on
form
me.
guide here. I haven't got me chalk and blackboard
And-
either.
And you know what I do like? That
that?
one of the characters from the Sullivans actually trains it, Lou Mary. Because, you know, at the end
Oh
when
my
they used
God,
to
the
say, good
Sullivans.
night, Jim Bob, good night. Eh? So Lou Mary, she must be, she was one of, wasn't she? Mary Lou? Good night, Mary Lou. Good night, Jim Bob.
Pretty sure it wasn't the Sullivans.
What? That's
Oh, was
not
it?
Sullivan.
Oh, it was the Waltons. It was the
No, the
Waltons.
prairie, the house on the
Oh.
prairie or something.
No, right at the end, you know, when they used to say good night, Jim Bob, or whatever. Was it the
Little house,
Waltons?
a little house on the prairie it was.
Well, who knows, mate? But seriously,
Oh.
Tone's found the trainer. Where does Lou Mary train? How many?
I don't
He'd
know.
have a big
Tone.
stable, surely.
Tony, no.
Oh, Christ knows. I wouldn't know that. Look, you know, like, I just
I
throw
wouldn't
out
know that.
winners,
Just-
Tats. Like,
I just-
No, you do. I look.
19.
No,
I throw out winners. $13, $8, $20, $15.
do, you do.
$34
Let's go
on
into
the
all the
ground.
semantics about
no,
things.
you're right,
Proverbial-
mate.
Dylan
Get on,
Gibbons on
Tone.
the second best apprentice in New South Wales, and the best apprentice is suspended. So how does he not win?
No, I love the fact that the more shit we hang on Tone about, the less information he gives about his horses, the greater his chances of winning.
It's all
Can
held
I
in
be Tone? Can I be
anticipation.
Tone?
It's all,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
all
but-
confidence.
Yeah.
Tats. It's all confidence. I'm confident that this can knock
Two-
off the favourite.
2 starts
Yeah.
before its spell, it come second, and then it was second, then it was tipped out, and then it won first up, and then it won again, and then the last start, not so good, didn't come anywhere.
That's
Yeah,
the
it was a
formula,
bit
isn't
off.
it?
I don't know where it was.
That's Tone's formula.
That's
Does
it.
nothing last start, gets up and wins. Bang! That's what you get the bigger price.
Anyway, Pezza's fair one. I'm going-
I think J Mac has brought in Wave Rider Boy about $1.50 and maybe $2. So
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
one.
a little
Wave
bit
Rider Boy,
underpriced.
that's the one, Tone. Talking about taking it in her stride, and we're going to get in the line, the first line.
Oh,
Here's a
Johnny.
note on to Flemington because we want money, and then Tone
Yeah.
and Taz team TnT have gone to Sydney, which doesn't surprise me at all. The boys they like to get away for a little getaway at the end of February, start of March. The boys,
Yeah.
they like to get up to Sydney there and put on the little
Pride.
collar and Minogue pants and
Colourful outfits,
spinning
very
around
nice.
and hopefully
The
Alana
heels.
Kelly, very, very tough to catch. Takes it in a stride. Now, the good thing is, the good news, this is running against Taz's favourite horse in Air Defence. So we've already
Well, it's not my favourite horse. It's not my favourite horse. But you know what? There were excuses for Air Defence the last couple of
there
starts.
always is. There
So-
always is.
Always.
I know there is.
Race
Look
two,
at-
number 8. First up, it's trialled twice, so it's going all right. It's came second both times. Hasn't been asked to do anything in the trials, Tone, if you take a look
Yep.
at the video. You can watch the trials for free, Tone, on racing.com if you sign up.
Fantastic.
First
You
up,
know that?
Alana Kelly, she'll take it all in a stride.
In her
won't she, mate?
stride, eh?
This is an
Couldn't win in
horse.
Tassie, Pezza. Couldn't win in Tassie, and you've taken it first up.
It's
at
an
Flemington.
on-pace horse, and it's trained by one of Taz's cousins.
No, he's not my cousin Johnny.
Johnny.
Johnny
So-
Salinitri.
Now we know,
I know
I
Johnny.
love Johnny Saddle-Entry because he always tries to win, like the Greeks do. They always try to win.
You know who he was an apprentice for Angus Armanesco when he was riding. Did you know that?
Salmon Asco, what a name.
No,
Jeez, that's
That's-
going back.
Oh,
eh?
well.
It's going back, all right. Yeah.
In her
That's when we read
stride,
the newspapers, Taz.
race 2, Ladbrokes too have got a little promotion. I wish
Yeah.
Ladbrokes would come in and help us out at PaLTI. You can double up your winnings here, so you can put your $10 on, and
You get
uh,
85 back and you get
you can get your
85 in
and then
bonus
85
money.
in bonus. So get
How
the
good's
free
that?
money, boys and girls. Get the free money and non-binary transgender folk alike.
I'll be honest with you, Pezza. I did look at it. I
Yeah,
actually looked at this.
It's
I looked
two
at it,
trials are
and
really good. So
no, it's 2 trials are good, and I know I hang shit and I say I couldn't even win in Tassie. Admittedly, it went down to race in Tassie for some quality, some stakes type races. It wasn't. It
Yep.
was just going down there to run in a benchmark 68 or something like that. So it was meeting some good opposition.
The boys,
Look, you're a chance with
10 grand.
You're a chance. You're a chance.
Benchmark 70.
Thank you,
You're, very much so.
Yeah.
I don't mind it either. I don't mind it either, Pezza.
Thank you.
wanna win
Here
a
we
month.
go, boys.
Do it.
Western Bulldogs,
Ooh.
Richmond. Big Tone's already got a bet on this, the big boy. He's unloaded.
Oh, yes.
You'd have to take the
Um,
line, would you?
Essendon West Coast.
You on the line?
Interesting. Adelaide Gold
didn't
Coast.
take-
Took. Mella, what do we think about Took? Tookie Duke.
Oh, he was just misplaced. His hand was just misplaced.
Tone's
Is that what we're talking
confused.
about?
Tone looks really
Yes,
confused.
protected
Took
species.
Miller,
I am confused.
the captain of the Gold Coast, gave a bit of a squirrel grip to old Dane Zorko. Zorko.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
And
just
as
peacocking.
he said,
My
he
dick's
said,
bigger than your dick.
He said
Tone.
apparently it's legal now to grab
Yeah.
someone by the nuts or give them a squeeze.
He gave him a squeeze on the junk, and he had bruised nuts
Oh.
after the game.
Yeah, the Capriati, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
him. Yes.
Mm.
Grabbed hold of the
Hawthorn,
crown
Collingwood. Actually, shit football, really. Geelong, a lot of eyes on Geelong. Everyone's written them off, but geez, I haven't written
And
them off.
Port Adelaide, who've lost their last three.
Yeah, GWS,
Well-
Giants, Sydney, great game. The Battle of the Bridge.
Battle of the Bridge.
Yeah, that'll be
Buddy, bye, Marto.
Buddy's gone. Yeah, probably a year too late, but he's gone. And he does retire a champion. Poor bastard
Absolute
never won a
champion.
He
championship at
does retire a
Sydney.
champion, you're right. He's kicked a shit ton of goals, over 1,000. About
1,066.
1,046, I think.
It
And
was still worth the
1,066.
money that you paid for him
And-
for what he
But-
brought to Sydney.
bums and
They
seats.
brought a lot of leadership for sure.
I always hated Buddy because against North he kicked 13 once, but anyway, he always killed us, Buddy. The Aboriginal, the Indigenous boys always killed North Melbourne. It's amazing how good they are against us. But anyway, what
You
I'm
had some
saying
good
is
ones yourself.
I changed
Yeah.
my mind with Buddy is when he kicked 1,000 goals. And I've never seen a bloke with that many people around him during COVID or after COVID or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
He was just joyous
Just
to
in
be in
amongst
that
it.
moment.
Yeah.
So for me, then I thought, nah, this bloke's an absolute fucking legend. To be
It took you
surrounded
that
by
long.
that many people and to keep a smile.
It
Like,
took
Can I
18
tell you
and
when
a
I
half
thought
years to
Buddy was a
realise
legend?
that.
when?
I'll tell you when I used to think Buddy was a legend.
All right.
When he was down at Hawthorn, and we used to live in St Kilda, and I used to go to St Kilda Coles, and I used to see Buddy walking around St Kilda barefoot. And I thought,
Oh, right.
anyone that walks around barefoot in St Kilda has to be a legend. He was in Coles barefoot, mate.
That's unreal.
Unbelievable.
Might have been a few
I thought,
sharp
you are a
kicks
legend.
around St Kilda.
That's what I'm saying. He's pretty unreal if he's doing that.
He is. Have you ever seen his old man? His old man is a Hulk of a man. He makes
Yeah,
Buddy look
he's a
small.
hog.
He's
He's a hog.
massive. He's got this great big grey
Massive.
dreadlocks, these huge big
Yeah.
shoulders. Oh, mate, the guy, and big mug hands on him too. He's a
How good
massive
was
man.
he though when he kicked 1,000? The thousands ran out.
Yeah.
And he was just like,
And he didn't run away. He waited for everyone
No,
to
he
come
embraced
out,
it.
celebrate him, and shake their hands and give them high fives. Yeah, good on him.
those best memories of me when that poor Essendon flog was chasing him. We used to be a pretty good footballer too. Remember he chased him that one game twice. He kicked on the left foot for the Hawks. I
Oh,
love
down the left wing.
that bloody Essendon bloke just
Yeah.
give up with about 50 and he's just like, nah, none. And he
No,
just penciled just like
Lee-
a laser.
Lee-
Yeah.
Lee Matthews actually came out and I think made a statement and said, like, Buddy is the footballer of the 21st century. So you know how he won it for they say that Lee was the footballer of the 20th. They reckon,
Mhm.
yeah, no greater.
Well, interesting that Matty Pavlich come out this week. He was interviewed and he said that Carey was probably the best football he's ever seen. And he played against Carey. He actually played set up back on him once, he reckons. But he reckons Buddy was just a superstar, just a completely different footballer. And he reckons he's
that's
probably
fair.
goes
Yeah,
down.
He was so versatile
best
as well
forward,
because
you know.
Yeah.
you put a big backman on him and he was too fast for him. You put a small backman on him, he was too big for them.
Pav reckons
Yeah,
his
it was just-
record
it was
stands up. You know,
versatile,
he's
and he
probably
could
the
run
best
you up the
forward over
ground
the
and-
last 30 years, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And he rates him, right?
North Melbourne, absolute joke of a game. North are playing for Harley Reid, and I hope we get him. So let's hope that Essendon don't turn up against the Injector, against the West Coast, and that'd be awesome.
And match of the round, Pezza.
Match of the round,
Get the
big boy.
drum roll going. Here it is. St Kilda versus Carlton.
Yeah.
Eh?
Oh,
Blue
my
Dad.
Lord.
How good
It's
was
at
Paddy
a
Dow?
120 point
subbed
game.
in for Adam Serra. Oh my
No, 12 possessions in about just over a quarter. But I tell you
Unbelievable.
what,
It was
the
everywhere.
problem is, word
Geez,
has
Adam
Mitch-
Serra was
Mitch-
absolutely destroying too. So
Oh,
he's
he
down for
was
3
everywhere.
weeks.
I thought when he went off, that's it.
Yep.
Carlton's run's gone and the Pies
Yeah.
will come over the top. But Matty Dowling just filled the gap.
I've told all the Carlton
Paddy.
fans, you have got the shittiest form of football that is going to stand up in finals football. You just got to get there.
Can I just Mitch McGovern did a hammy. I heard
Oh,
at
good.
training
Good.
tonight, so
Oh,
there's
great.
another out. So we've got soldiers, like we're winning because we're
Tone,
playing good, confident
Have
football,
you
but
seen
we've got
Carlton
soldiers
play?
going
They
down.
go contest to contest. They never spread it. They never move it. It's just finals football. They're built for it, but they just got to get there.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Once
gotta
they get in there, they'll be hard to beat. You know?
Geez, I'll tell you what, everyone's written off Collingwood pretty quick. They lost by 16
They can't do
goals. They kicked 2 goals, 10 straight shots. And they absolutely, DeGoey, I've never seen DeGoey murder the football as much as he did last Friday night. It was absolutely, I've never seen DeGoey like that, ever.
It doesn't matter if you're not converting, and pressure means those conversions fail.
That's right.
Carlton
That's
Carlton
exactly
kept the
right.
pressure up all match, and that's what cost them.
Fremantle,
We
Brisbane,
are.
who really cares? Pezza, first goal scorer, everyone's favourite, Cody Waitman at 10.50.
Cody
Easy
Waitman.
money. Tone's giving you a bank filler here. Richmond plus
There we go.
$2 or something.
Oh, huge.
Yep.
It's not even a
Massive.
favourite.
No.
No.
I've gone variety. I've taken Nippon
Cross
in the
box.
World Cup.
Mm.
Japan, yep. I've taken Adelaide to beat Gold Coast, 1-39. And I did say the Rabbitohs, I reckon they're going to slaughter the Sharks.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. That line is a gift.
So 13 plus, get on. Money to make.
Yeah.
And then Marto's sticking with the Battle of the Bridge.
Battle of the Bridge. Sydney wins. The game will go
Yep.
over 155. I reckon both teams are very capable of scoring 80 points plus. And Sydney will win by 4 or 5 goals. So we're going 1-39.
Going for 9 in a row, a club record, I think. 8 in a row.
Nice.
Always
Why not?
competitive. Yeah, the derbies, aren't
Always,
They are.
they? And they'll kick big scores, no doubt. I agree there.
Pezza, did you hear about the no whip racing they're about to consider?
Here we go again.
Oh, Marto.
This is
Have you heard
terrible.
it?
Yes.
You read it,
it's-
Mark? Yeah.
It's
It's
been
gonna be
thrown around
interesting.
for the last 2 years, mate. And
I know,
we are-
but it's getting closer, though, isn't it?
it is, unfortunately.
So I just thought I'd bring it up to the
I
agenda
still
again.
think a 55 kilogram purse on the back of something that weighs 700 kegs, you probably need something in your hand to try to control it. But obviously, if you,
Absolutely, yeah.
you know, what's going to happen if they got no whip racing and they actually use a whip because they're trained to have something in their hand, and they actually, you know, take one out and they whip one, fucking, and it wins. Like, oh my god, like. But obviously, they're not going to have whips. They're not going to have whips at all. You know, obviously. Nash Wawilla,
Tone?
Well,
Nash Wawilla,
Yeah, Tone-
a bloke who absolutely flogs a horse
He's
like nobody
the
else.
least one you'd expect, right? He's the least
all
expected
for it.
advocate.
He reckons,
He is.
let's do it.
He reckons get them all in their hands and heels. Let's find
Yeah.
the best jockey and horse.
Yeah. Let the best
combination.
jockey, let the best jockey win.
But I tell you what,
Tone-
there's going to be a lot of 2-year-olds all over the track with no whips there.
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah,
be
I know,
hard
but
to
you're
get
going
around
to
it.
have strong jockeys are required. But my question, Tone, how do you feel about a whip?
I don't like to
Eh?
be whipped. I don't like to be whipped. But no.
What did he say? He just lied then on.
He doesn't like to be whipped.
Flat line, yeah,
because
look at his face. There's no
I like
poker
to do
face
the
there.
whipping.
And he's gone a bit red now. He's gone